Good morning, YouTube. How are you? It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Cruise Chat Live, everybody. It's good to see everybody. I hope everybody's having an awesome day. If you're new to the channel, I am Walter, your independent travel advisor. We handle all things cruise, land, luxury, expedition, and our services are 100% free to you. So if there's anything we can do to help you on YouTube, our links are down in the description. And if you're watching us on TikTok, you can just simply click my logo. And of course, you can always go to where'swaltertravel.com and set up an appointment. And we're always happy to help you guys out. So it's so good to see you. So for about the next hour or so, we'll be talking all things cruising and doing our best to answer your questions. I see, oh man, we got Sue, John, Becky, Rick, Nurse Tara, and Jen. You're all here. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Randy. Hello, San Antonio, Texas. Hello. You're going. Are we going on the Jubilee soon, or are you going on the Jubilee soon? We are not. We don't have any plans yet to go on the Carnival Jubilee, but I really want to. We have not sailed out of Galveston yet. Really want to see what that experience is all about, and I love that whole under the sea kind of a deal that Carnival has going on with their with that one section of the ship. So yeah, I really do want to see that. I love that Carnival has done an evolution of the ship. It's not exactly the same. Every ship is not exactly the same. They kind of modified. You know, we got the terminal, we got the French Quarter, and now we've got the undersea, currents on there. So we don't have any plans to go on the Jubilee soon. We have sent some clients out there. We really want to go, right?
Well, our cruising plans have kind of been put on hold until we get through this moving thing and paying for the move and all of that.
Kind of going through. Good morning, Bigger Andrew. Good morning, Joe. Wow, looks like some comments kind of like skipped on by. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Bigger Andrew. You booked the Norwegian Encore. Fun ship, a Breakaway Plus class with the go-karts up on the top. I love it. Is Labadee open? To my knowledge, Labadee is closed until further notice. Royal Caribbean has not made any announcement that they're going back there. I would not expect that to open up anytime soon. So yeah, so as of right now, there's either going to be a sea day, or I've seen some cruises are going to Grand Turk. Some cruises are like adding an extra day at Coco Cay. So as of right now, Labadee, unfortunately, is not open. And it is really a shame because it's a great resort. It's a very laid back resort. And of course, it's an economic engine for all those who work there. So hopefully they can figure everything out there on the island, and Royal Caribbean can get back over there. That would be really nice. And Celebrity too. Celebrity has visited that. Hey, Becky. Hey, Kurt. Hey, Norma, Secretary. How are you? Dennis, Benny, man, everybody's here this morning. Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining in. If you're new to the channel, I am Walter, your independent travel advisor with Where's Walter Travel, and we book cruises, land, luxury, expedition, you name it. We can take care of it for you. We're very fortunate that we have had quite the client base come in, and actually we're really excited. We're introducing a brand new travel system for Where's Walter Travel. It's called Turn for Travelers, and what's really cool about it is you're now going to have your own account with us. It's absolutely free to sign up and free to set up the system, so it's great. But now you're going to have your own account, and any trips that you have booked with us are going to be right there in your account, both online and in the mobile app, including all the travel documents, all the information about the resort, the ship, the whatever. It's all going to be right there in one place in your hand. So it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So if you are a current client with Where's Walter Travel, you're going to be getting emails over the next couple of weeks as we migrate you into the system. And if you want to come work with us, that's how this is going to work now. You're going to have everything that you need right in your hand on the app or online. So we're really excited. It's going to end all of the sending stuff back and forth via email and everything. Oh, I can't find the confirmation. I can't find this. I can't find that. Well, it's all going to be right there. So we're really excited about that. So good morning, Chris. Truck, you're rescheduled to go to Falmouth, Jamaica on April 20th on the Symphony. That's a new one. I hadn't heard that one yet as an alternative, but that doesn't surprise me. It's kind of
makes for a good ship day.
Yeah, it makes for a good ship day. That's not our favorite port. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's not our favorite port. The port area itself is fine, But once you get outside the port, it can be a little sketchy. So it is a good ship day, or you can just kind of go explore the port area itself, that secure area. That's nice.
There isn't much to do aside from shopping and eating since they closed the Margaritaville. There used to be pools and stuff you could go
Exactly. So thank you, Becky. Yeah, we encourage you to subscribe and hit the like button both on YouTube and over on TikTok so that, both channels know that you like what we're actually doing. And I hope you like what we're actually doing. Thank you, Becky. Hey, Tracy, you were not aware I was from Syracuse. I'm not actually from Syracuse. I went to college at Syracuse. I'm from the Hudson Valley. In the Hudson Valley, New York, a little bit south of there. So I grew up, actually, it's really interesting. I grew up, my mom used to take me to Broadway all the time. And then just so happened that my brother-in-law ended up being a Broadway dancer and actor, and he was Mr. Mistopheles in the original version of Cats 30 some years ago. So John is excited about the new trip website. Tara is excited. Man, Tara, especially you, Nurse Tara. She only had about 20 trips booked with us right now. So trying to keep track of all of Tara's different, and not only that, she had multiple cruises booked on the exact same ship during the same month. Boy, Nurse Tara keeps us on our toes. So I think we brought the system on mainly for you. We can keep track of all of your trips. This is great. Sue is saying that Falmouth is your least favorite port. Yes, it's definitely not our favorite at all. Sam, going on Harmony of the Seas in December to Roatan, Costa Maya, and Cozumel. Very nice, very nice. So Costa Maya is one of those that is skipped a lot because it is an unprotected port. So a lot of times you just can't get in because of the wind. But I have been really impressed with some of the ships that are coming in on ridiculously windy and rough sea days. So hopefully you get in. Any advice for Progresso Port? Actually, we've not been to Progresso.
No, it's a relatively new one that ships are going to. So I actually don't know much about it.
It is.
I would imagine typical Mexico. There's probably beaches. There's snorkeling. There's
food tour.
Mayan ruins somewhere within a couple of hours.
Look for the tequila. That's what I would be doing. Look for the tequila.
But maybe somebody else has some ideas.
Yeah, if anybody has some ideas, if you've been to Progresso, because that is a relatively new port. If you've been there, let us know. Macrina's here. Lori's here. Norma. Hi, everybody. Yes, we're very excited about this new travel system. So, if you want to learn more about it, just reach out to us. But it is 100% free to you. We're so excited about this thing. And now when we present you a proposal, I mean, everybody has always loved our proposals because we try to give you a lot of information about the ship, about where you're going. Well, now all of that information just pulled right in, like from the cruise lines, from the resorts and all of that. So when we give you a proposal and Freedom of the Seas is on there, literally everything you want to know about Freedom of the Seas, all the dining venues, all the entertainment, everything about that particular ship is in there, plus everything you want to know about the various rooms that we're giving you quotes on. So yes, we're very, very excited. So let's see, Tracy, 195, Benny is saying 195 days to the Sun Princess. Y'all still got time. Y'all still got time to come with us if you want to cruise with us. And I advise you to come cruise with us because it's the only way for you to meet that mysterious voice off camera, the lovely Rebecca, my lovely wife, who makes all of this happen. Without Rebecca, none of this would happen. And yes, I can say that. Literally, none of this would happen without Rebecca. So if you want to come meet the lovely woman of mystery, the only way to do it is to come on a cruise with us. We're going to be on the Sun Princess, according to Benny, 195 days. Now,
that's what I have as well.
Now, according to John, I like John Tober's countdown more. He says 194. So, John, I like your countdown more. That's one less day till we get there.
Well, it's like 195 days and some hours.
Yeah, but John says 194. I'm going with John.
Well, I think that's counting it till the midnight.
Midnight count. So if you want to come on the Sun Princess with us, just reach out. We're going to be on October 19th through the 26th this year. So we're sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. So it's going to be right after the ship comes over from its Mediterranean season. Everything should be working by then. We should have all the shows running. We should have everything working at tip-top shape by then. So if you want to come join us, we still have space. We're giving out $100 of onboard credit to everybody who books with us. We're plus or minus 40 people right now. So we've got quite a nice group coming. And we're planning to put together a cabin crawl because we've got a bunch of different types of cabins that have been booked with us. So we're talking to our guests saying, hey, can we do this little cabin crawl? So it should be a lot of fun. Kurt, I see your question. I will be right there. Chris has got 20 days to freedom. Brian just got home last night from your first cruise. Hey, Brian, welcome to the cruise family. Cheers. I hope it was a good one. I see the ... I hope it was a good cruise for you. Hey, Cindy, how are you? And Joe has 193 days until he flies down. I mean, I'm so excited to meet you all. This is my favorite part of these group cruises. I get to meet you all in person. When we did our Thanksgiving cruise on the Valiant Lady, that was the best part of the whole thing. Actually getting to hang out with you guys for 8 nights on that cruise. Going to be 7 nights on this one. So y'all just come join us. I mean, and while we're talking about it, y'all can come to Alaska with us on the Oceania Riviera. It's only 1,200 passengers on that ship. Going to be in Alaska for 12 nights. We'll be talking more about Alaska in just a few minutes, but we'll be on there June 26th through July 8th. Just come with us. Brian, you're hooked. You already booked another cruise while sitting in the airport. You are now one of us. One of us. You are in. You know, Brian, once you're in, there's no getting out. You are now in the cruise family. So welcome. That's exciting. That's exactly, you know, and I've told this story before. Some of you have heard this, but when I went on my first cruise, I absolutely did not want to go. This was almost 20 years ago. And it was a 14-day cruise. You know, Rebecca doesn't do anything halfway. First cruise, 14 days, back to back.
I couldn't decide between the Eastern and Western Caribbean. So we did both.
So we did both. But within like 2 or 3 days, we had already booked another cruise or two while on the ship. So yeah, I got hooked right there on my first one, and that's how it worked. So I've got a great question here from Kurt. Kurt is asking me, can I please explain the rail to sail? So if you didn't see, I just put out a TikTok, and I think I put it up on YouTube as well. Princess Cruises announced a partnership with Brightline Trains here in Florida. Brightline is the new high-speed rail that basically connects Orlando to South Florida. So you can get from Orlando to Miami in about 3.5 hours. And from Orlando to West Palm is a high-speed express rail. And then starting at West Palm, there's like 4 or 5 stops until you get down to Miami. Well, Princess announced a partnership with Brightline. And in fact, they've actually wrapped all the trains in Princess, whereby if you fly in, if you check into the train in Orlando, heading south, or in West Palm Beach, heading north, to come up this way, you can actually check your bags with Brightline, and your bags will end up on the Princess ship. You don't even have to get your bags when you get to the Brightline station. Plus, there is a credit of up to $300, depending on which ship you book and what category you book. There's up to a $300 credit for that Brightline train itself. Plus, if anybody is taking the Brightline, anybody watching this, if you're taking the Brightline anytime, just put in the code Princess15 at checkout, all one word, Princess15 at checkout. You get 15% off the train. You don't even have to be going on a Princess cruise, just going on the Brightline train. So Kurt, that is the basics of rail to sail, is that we can now book you on the train through Princess or with Brightline, but we can tie it together whereby it is a rail to sail program, and Brightline will literally just pass your bag straight on to your Princess ship in Port Canaveral and Fort Lauderdale. But you have to start the journey in Orlando or West Palm. Those are the 2 places where you have to start the journey. If you want to do that, check your bag all the way to the ship. Otherwise, they're offering credit for people to take the train. You can get, I think it's $50 to $300 credit to take the train from Princess Cruises, and 15% off for everybody. Just use the code Princess15. That's pretty slick. I am loving that. I am absolutely loving that. So that is essentially how it works, Kurt. That's kind of the basics. I did do a TikTok on it. I'm not sure if I loaded it on YouTube. If I didn't, I'll pop it up on YouTube as well. But certainly reach out. We've got some information from Princess. We don't have a whole lot of information, but we do have some information from Princess. So,
did you see we got a comment on Progresso there?
Yeah, I see that. You've been to Progresso. It's tourist friendly, but still a work in progress, not like Cozumel. Yeah, so it's kind of a newer port. They're trying to look for some alternative because Cozumel and Costa Maya, I mean, it's like everybody keeps going to those ports. So we're trying to find some new Western Caribbean stops. So thank you very much for putting in that comment. Blue Arroyo, maybe? I'm sorry if I said that wrong.
Probably Arroyo.
Arroyo, there you go. And for those of you just tuning in, you've never been with us, that is my lovely wife, Rebecca, sitting right off camera. She is the voice heard, but never seen. Good morning, Aaron. Nurse Tara, 42 days until the celebrity eclipse. She's so excited for Le Petit Chef and Bermuda and the glass blowing. So this is really cool. There are 3 cruise ships that I know of in the world that you can do honest to goodness glass blowing on the ship itself. The Celebrity Solstice, the Celebrity Eclipse, and the Celebrity Equinox. So up by the first funnel, you will find, and it's all electrically done. So they can't have flames on the ship. So it's all electrically done. But you can do honest to goodness glass blowing, and the price of it just depends on what you want to make. So we've had our glasses out here in the past. Rebecca and I did it. We made a couple of goblets. So I definitely would like to get back on that again. That's going to be so much fun. Aaron would love to join us on the Sun Princess. If you're not already booked on a Carnival celebration, that should be a lot of fun. That should be a lot of fun.
Oh, and just an order of business. If you're trying to ask any questions about Virgin
Voyages. If you are trying to ask questions about Virgin Voyages on TikTok, we encourage you to ask questions about it. We are a top 100 first mate. However, you can't use that word. You can't use the word Virgin. Use VV, use the name of the ship, use anything but the word Virgin. I don't know. TikTok blocks it. That's not us, which is kind of silly because Virgin Voyages has a very big TikTok channel on here, right? So if you are on if you're on TikTok and you're getting frustrated because you're trying to ask this question about Virgin Voyages, that's not us. YouTube, ask away, use the word. Perfectly fine. BBK68, where can I find out about your cruises? I need to go on one badly. That's a great question. There's 2 ways you can find them. You're on TikTok. One, you can just go to where'swaltertravel.com. There is a group cruise a little tab on the top, or since you're on TikTok, if you click my logo and go to that link tree that's in my profile, there's actual links directly to the Sun Princess, to Oceania. We have the Norwegian Aqua that we're going to be going on in May of 2025. So yeah, we've got 3 group cruises that we're currently that we're currently booking, and so just you can either go to our website or and also if you're watching on YouTube, I know there's links down in the description as well that will take you directly to the various group cruises, or where'swaltertravel.com, and then group cruises, you'll find them. So Helen Bright, which cruise line is your favorite? You've done Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and Carnival. You're a Royal Caribbean girl. So that is awesome. I get that question so much, and actually I have the shirt. I don't have it on right now, but I have a shirt that says my favorite ship is the one I'm on right now, and that is the God's Honest Truth. I like them all for different reasons. Royal Caribbean has some of the best shows at sea, hands down.
particularly now that Norwegian's gotten rid of their Broadway shows.
Yeah, I mean, Norwegian used to be like kind of close to them because they had all the Broadway shows, but Royal Caribbean puts so much time and effort and money into their shows that they hands down, they have the best shows at sea. There's just no doubt about that. They're very fun ships. But I like them all for different reasons. We were on the Oceania Serena for 12 days over the holidays, only 650 people. Not a water slide in sight, nothing. It was just a very small ship, very laid back, very chill. I think the most relaxed we've ever been on a ship, and the food was absolutely unreal. I love Norwegian. I love the Norwegian breakaway class because I love that waterfront area to sit out there, and I think their specialty dining is on point, especially Food Republic, one of my favorite restaurants out there. Disney is a lot of fun. I mean, we love them all. The Carnival Mardi Gras was so much fun. I was actually really impressed with the food. I wasn't expecting the food, not the main dining room and not the buffet, but all the rest of the food.
Although they have redone the menus since we were on.
Yeah. So, I really do. I like them all for different reasons. We've been on 10 different cruise lines so far. Princess is one of our favorites. Celebrity is one of our favorites. I mean, they're all. When we go on a cruise, here's the thing. When we go on a cruise, we set our expectations based on what we're going on, or we pick the cruise line based on what we want to do. That's the big question that we always ask our clients. Like, what do you want to do on this vacation? Where do you want to go? What kind of a style do you want on the ship? Because sometimes, you want a ship like a Oasis class that literally has everything, or Icon, 6 water slides, got the whole water park up there. And then other times you just want 600 passengers. I just want to totally chill. I just want to be relaxed. So there's so many different ways to cruise. That's what I love about, I mean, there's over 350 cruise ships out there. And if I could, I'd sail them all.
And I've always thought that there's basically 3 main factors in picking a cruise.
Yeah.
One is the itinerary, one is the cost, and one is the ship itself. Now, which one's most important will vary depending on what you want out of the vacation.
Exactly.
So sometimes you just want a cheap getaway, so price is most important.
Right.
Sometimes you want to try out a new ship, so the ship's most important. Sometimes you've got a really interesting itinerary, so that trumps everything.
That trumps everything, yeah.
So it just depends on what one of those 3 main factors is the big one for you at that particular time.
And then what she even left off too is what port do you want to sail out of and what time of year, because that also limits the ships that we can pick. So yeah. So honest to goodness, there is no favorite cruise line for me. I will go on pretty much all of them, even Margaritaville now. I'm so excited about the Margaritaville Islander. I cannot wait to go meet the Margaritaville Islander. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. Question over here on YouTube, Ramona, you're going on July 22nd for the first time. Can I bring a bottle of wine with me? So in general, the answer is yes, but whatever cruise line you're going on, they have an FAQ page. And right on that page, it will tell you what you can bring and what you cannot bring on the ship. And there is always something about, can I bring alcohol with me? Or what drinks can I bring with? Like there's even limits on like bottled water. There's limits on soda. There's limits on everything. So in general, yes, you can, but you have to look at that specific cruise line to get the rules, because there's also going to be a size. Like some of them only allow like a half-size bottle versus bringing on a full bottle. So yeah, definitely go to the cruise line website, go to the FAQ. You can even just Google search name of cruise line, can I bring alcohol on the ship? And it'll probably take you right to, and don't listen to the answers from Cruise Critic and all these other people. Go find the answer from the cruise line itself. So yeah, great question though. Great question. Hey, Larry, how are you? Hey, Cynthia. Hello to Ontario, Canada. Nice to see you. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. All right. Let's see. You always take Brightline and it's great, but be aware of the baggage weight limits prior to going. That is a great point. You know, check the baggage limit. However, with Princess, I did notice that they said even oversized baggage is included in the Princess Rail and Sail. So I did notice that when you're on Brightline, the rails up above your head, they will hold a full-size piece of luggage. So, you know, as long as it's not like stupid heavy, you can actually pick that up over your head. So, STEM, you wanted to mention a couple of places to start as a travel agent. I lost them. Can you name them again? So basically, you want to find a good host travel agency. That's the number one thing about becoming a travel agent. I'm actually going to start a series on TikTok, I think, about it, about my journey to becoming a travel agent. And the one that I'm currently in is KHM Travel Group. That's the one I'm in. They're a great company, fabulous company to work with, and they really take care of us on the back end. But that's the main thing. It's called a host travel agency. You want to definitely start there. Ramona, what Wi-Fi? What's the best deal? Well, you say you're going on Carnival. I mean, I think the Wi-Fi is just a set price on Carnival. I don't think it goes up and down like
Not generally.
Royal Caribbean price will change by the hour, but on Carnival, I think it's just pretty much a set price. So yeah, whatever you.
I mean, they do raise it from time to time, but it's just a flat price, but whatever it is at that moment.
Yeah, the Cheers is like one price, the Wi-Fi is one price. So
I mean, every once in a blue moon, those will go on sale, but that's very, very rare.
Very rare. And you know, that brings up another good point. You know, everybody watching, to make sure you go into airplane mode when you go on the ship, because the ships all have maritime cellular. And your phone will pick that up. It'll start pinging right to that maritime cellular. And it's like, hey, I've got cellular service. I'm going to bring down data. I'm going to keep checking all your notifications. I'm going to be doing everything that your phone normally does when you're on land. And then you're going to come home with a $500 to $1,000 phone bill and wonder what the heck happened. So go into airplane mode and either use the ship's Wi-Fi or use the Wi-Fi when you're in port. So, yeah. I love all you guys are talking about celebrity over here on the YouTube side. This is so awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. Lemon Girl, you're on the Carnival Jubilee. Oh, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, and I see that some comments were filtered. that might be the Virgin Voyages thing. Again, if you're just tuning in and you want to ask questions about Virgin Voyages, do not use the word virgin on TikTok. Hey, thanks, Helen. Appreciate the kind words. Let's see. Get rid of that. No, thank you. And it's like always got to clean up some stuff on here. All right. That's Bain. Looking forward to hearing about the travel agent journey. I appreciate that. Yes, actually, Nancy Red, you are absolutely correct. AT&T has a cruise cell plan. Nancy is saying that it's cheaper than the Carnival plan. But yes, if you have AT&T for your cellular provider, they came out with this, I think, last year. They have an actual plan for cellular. I mean, you can always go check it to see if it's worth it for you to use it. I don't know how good the cellular service is on a cruise ship, but I always just get the Wi-Fi on the ship because I like using the Starlink Wi-Fi versus using the maritime cellular. But that is an option. If you have AT&T, that is absolutely an option.
And you did skip over, somebody was asking what's the best cruise line for Alaska?
Oh, I am so sorry, Melissa. What's the best cruise line for Alaska? So again, no best. It's the best one for you, but the three that we lean into, Princess, especially if you want to do a cruise tour. Princess has their own lodges in Alaska. So if you want to do a land sea tour, Princess, and even just as a cruise, Princess really does an amazing job because they've been up there so long. Holland America is the second one that we'll lean into. They've actually been there the longest. And we just found out a couple of weeks ago, thanks to our friends from Colette, Holland America has their own land sea tours, but they also have a partnership with Colette Travel, where Colette has a different 7-day land tour that's tied in with the ships. And then for our third choice, really, Oceania has become our go-to of late because their ships are so small. They have 650 and 1,200 passenger ships, so they're very small. They can get into places that some of the other ships can't. And some of our clients are looking for that round trip out of Seattle. The big ships are just going to do 7 nights, and they're really, really big ships. Whereas Oceania will have smaller ships doing a round trip out of Seattle, and it might be like 9 or 12 days out of Seattle. So those are basically the big three that we lean into. Celebrity is another one that we might lean into. We try to avoid the big ships, the really, really big ship, because they're big and these ports are small. In fact, I saw a report this morning that Juneau is now working with the cruise lines to limit the passengers coming into Juneau. They have up to 5 ships a day. That's a lot of ships for Juneau. That's a small place. Only 31,000 people live in Juneau. And they're getting like 2-point-something million visitors or 1.7 million visitors. That's a lot of people coming into Juneau. So those are some of the cruise lines that we lean into. Hi, Val. Val is joining us from the UK. Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning or this afternoon.
And just to skip ahead a tiny bit, Blue Arroyo, we did get that comment. I don't know which ones have been filtered. We got your comment about Progresso, and we got this one asking about you trying to ask questions. So
if something was filtered, it probably had the word virgin in it for Virgin Voyages. That would be my guess. TikTok automatically blocks that word. So if you want to ask a question about Virgin Voyages only on TikTok, just use VV. But Val is saying you're high from the UK, usually crew with Royal, but sailing on Celebrity Apex to Norway in July. That is awesome. So Celebrity Apex is one of those Edge class ships. What a beautiful ship. I mean, it is just a floating resort. It is just a floating resort. And so that's going to be the big difference, is that it's going to be very adult compared to the family-friendly side of Royal Caribbean. So there'll be a lot less kids. So have an amazing time, Val. And thanks so much for joining us from across the pond. It's one of the things I love about doing this is we can talk to people all over the globe. And it's just so much fun. So much fun. So and Rick is getting ready to go on the Beyond to the ACB Islands. I guess you're going in the wrong order. Yes, it's usually the ABC, but that is very, very nice. I love it.
Well,
I love it.
They do. Celebrity does tend to not do them in the correct order.
Well, they got to go when they can.
I know, but still, it should be alphabetical.
But thanks to Bain, yes, I will post about the journey to becoming a travel agent. Dale Sco, any tips for getting reasonable price for Icon? I mean, Icon overseas for the next foreseeable future is going to be expensive. The best way to get a good rate for Icon, literally the day they come up. So when Royal Caribbean releases the next set of itineraries, that's going to be the cheapest price. within a couple of weeks, the price will start to shoot up as the inventory goes out. Also, when the Star comes out, that should help a little bit too. The Star is not out right now. So literally right now, Icon is a one of a kind. If you want to go on the ship, it's the only choice. Whereas with the Oasis class, we've got 6 now, or 5 now, 6 is coming, then 7 is coming after that. So yeah, so while she's a one of a kind, there are some folks out there that still have some group space, but that's far and few between right now. So yeah, and certainly don't go on the ship when the kids are out of school, or when the kids are, don't go when the kids are out of school. And you know, if you can travel, say in September or January, those tend to be the cheapest prices overall for cruising. So yeah, that's what I would do. On the Carnival Freedom tomorrow, out of Canaveral, hope all of the issues have been taken care of. Yes, so she is right back to where she was last October. She has no more whale tail. I think they should just leave it. Don't even put the whale tail back at this point. I mean, 2 fires in, people are saying 2 fires in 2 years. 2 fires in 6 months. It's what it's been. I say just leave that whale tail off of there. They actually have to custom make. Every single whale tail is slightly different. As we discovered when they had to do it on the Freedom. So they literally have to go back to the original mold for that particular ship because they don't make them anymore, and then remake it. I think at this point, Freedom should just keep her straight stack and just keep the traditional funnel. Don't bother putting the whale tail back out. So, but yes, Blue Arroyo, we do not filter any questions at all. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. If it's a stupid comment, yes, we'll just block it or get rid of it. Are there alcohol-free cruises?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that I'm aware. I don't know of any cruise
say,
ship that doesn't have alcohol on it, but you don't have to drink it.
But I will say that every single cruise line I've ever seen has an AA meeting.
Yeah, they all
for
have
anybody
AA.
Who has issues.
Yeah,
they do have them.
They have AA meetings, they have mocktails, they have soft drink, they have all.
I mean, sometimes they'll call it Friends of Bill W, but at any rate,
yeah,
that's if that's why you're asking.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's really the only thing
alcohol.
I can offer.
Yeah. Melissa, you're welcome. You're leaning toward Princess Land Cruise out of Vancouver. Yeah. I mean, we have booked, I don't know, we've probably booked about 50, 60 Alaska cruises just this year alone. I mean, if you want to reach out, we'll be more than happy to help you out with that. Our services are 100% free. You're watching us on TikTok, so there's links. If you click my logo, there are links in there. And or you can just go to where'swaltertravel.com, set up a time. That's how it all worked. In fact, I just did a TikTok on that recently about how all of this works. And our services are 100% free. We just do an intake call with you, find out what your needs are, and then we go ahead and we usually present anywhere from 3 to 4 options for you to choose from. So yeah, Mama Donna going on Discovery Princess out of Seattle next month. Oh wow, you're gonna do excursion. Oh, you're gonna do that 360 dinner. So Princess has this really cool thing with this big massive video screen, and they serve dinner during the event, and music, and the music plays and all this. Oh, it looks like absolutely amazing. I know one of my guests did it just recently, I think on that very ship, and she had a fabulous time. Nicole, you just did Celebrity with an overnight in Curacao. Oh, that's cool. I actually missed that itinerary. I don't remember seeing an overnight in Curacao. They
do have some that do overnights.
That is very, very cool. I love it. 27 days. You're going to be taking your first cruise on Wonder of the Seas. Oh my God.
You don't go small, do you?
You're just starting off big, aren't you? Everything is going to seem puny after going on the Wonder of the Seas. Wow, that's a heck of a ship to take your first cruise on. You're going to be, I hope you're not overwhelmed. I hope you're prepared for how big this thing is. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be, it's just going to be like overload. It's going to be absolute overload on how amazing that cruise is going to be. So good morning, Barbara. How are you? Zach. Oh, thank you so very much. I really appreciate the kind words, Zach. That was a lot of fun planning your trip, and thank you so much for the kind words. We're very thankful for all of our clients. We're actually closing in on 900 trip proposals. We're hitting about 18 months since we started. So yeah, it's been kind of a ride. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, Dean, that's what everyone has said. Yeah. So here's my biggest tip for you, Dean. So when you get on the ship, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be overwhelming. Most people are going to go to the Windjammer buffet, so it's going to be really crazy busy. In the front of the ship, there's a solarium. There's this thing called the Solarium Bistro. That's a smaller buffet, won't be near as many people. Or one of my favorite places to go when I first get on the ship is the Park Cafe. That's down in Central Park. They have a great salad bar. They have light snacks for lunch, things like that.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, it's not nearly as busy as either of the buffets. So that's a good way to start too. Those would be my 2 pieces of advice. Don't go straight to the buffet up on the Windjammer, because that's where everybody goes. Go down to Park Cafe or go up to that Solarium Bistro. And once you've had your lunch, start walking around the ship. Just take a nice stroll around the ship and try to figure out where everything is. So,
Good
morning, Kelly.
Unless you've brought a lot of luggage on with you to carry around.
And that's a good point, especially for you. You're brand new cruising. Those of you who are new to cruising, when you come onto the ship, your cabins are not going to be ready.
For the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. Like you come on at about 11:30. The cabins are usually ready between 1:30 and 2. So if you come on the ship at 11:30, 12 o'clock, you got carry-on baggage. You're going to be rolling that around or carrying that around with you until your cabins are ready. So come onto the ship light. Know that you can bring your bathing suit with you, and just get a change of clothes and just go hang out by the pool while you wait for the room to be ready. So understand that your cabins will not be ready for the most part. Like if you go on Virgin Voyages, yes, they are ready the moment you get on.
But you also have a later boarding.
Exactly. You have later boarding. So Liz Wolf said Princess stateroom's almost always ready when you board. That's about 50-50 for us.
It used to be that way.
It used to always be that way, but
it's not as much
not
anymore.
Always. The suites are usually priority. So like if you're in a suite or a mini suite, your stateroom's going to be ready before all the rest of them. But as a general rule, because like when we were on the Sky Princess, our room was, I think we were allowed to drop off the bags. I can't remember. Were we?
I don't know. I don't remember now.
We've been on so many ships.
We didn't have that much with us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, so Douglas, 7 days of the Carnival celebration. Any idea when Norwegian will bring back the $250 cruise first certificate? No, we are given no advance notice. For those of you who don't know, Norwegian Cruise Line has this pre-cruise certificate thing called Cruise First. You can buy them anytime online, and when you go to make your deposit, Norwegian will double whatever it is you paid. So at all times, there's a $150 Cruise First certificate out there that turns into a $300 deposit. Sometimes, usually for like a week at a time, they'll have a $250 Cruise First certificate that turns into a $500 deposit, but they just kind of like pop up. Like we find out the same time you find out. So
honestly, I find the best place to hear about that is on cruisecritic.com on the Norwegian forum, because somebody will post, hey, the 250 certificates are back.
Yeah, and they don't even let us know when they're up there. We find out when we log into the booking engine that, oh, hey, there it is. So like Norwegian doesn't even send us a notification going, hey, by the way, you can tell your clients that 250 Cruise First certificates are up. No, they don't even tell us.
Just the biggest thing. Nice. I mean, one of the biggest things to be aware of is if you are past final payment. So if you're booking a cruise that's not that far out, you cannot use a Cruise First certificate.
Right. Yeah. So once a cruise, like after 90 days, I think Norwegian's 90 days out. So once you get past that 90-day mark, you can't use the Cruise First certificate at all, because it literally can only be used for a deposit. Once we get past final payment, you've got to make the full payment. You can't use it. We actually discovered that just because we were trying to use it for one of our clients and we couldn't use it. Andrew, you might not, oh, that's another good point. Andrew is saying you might not have your checked luggage till late in the afternoon, even going into the early evening. So all first-time cruisers need to know that as well, too. That first night, you may not have, like if you want to have specific clothes to wear that first night to dinner, I would put those in your carry-on, because your checked luggage may not show up. Like we've had our luggage show up as late as like 8 o'clock at night.
And certainly any prescriptions you need, anything like any valuables, keep that with you in your checked.
Always keep that with you in your checked.
In your carry-on, sorry.
Carry on. Oh boy, Rebecca's getting me all confused. So, Arthur, nothing wrong with a quiet day, one lunch, but your Royal Caribbean tradition is hitting the Windjammer. You love the vibe. Yeah, it's a fun vibe, all right. Depending on what time you get on, it could be a really fun vibe trying to get the food and then trying to find a seat. But yeah, it is. The Windjammer is a big tradition. for a lot of people. But for me, it's not about, I don't want to be jammed up with all those people. I would prefer just to go to a quieter place. So, Zach, Walter also saved us money at your hotel the night before your cruise in Miami, fly in the day before. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, that's one thing. You know, we are a full service travel agency, and one of the things that we do is we try to help you find, like, we'll find various hotels. Now, Miami is not exactly what you call cheap, but we can find more reasonable hotels, but that are still in a good spot. Well, we try to find, especially with like a Miami, Fort Lauderdale, we try to put you in a place where if you're going to arrive, you can walk out of the hotel and go get yourself a nice dinner somewhere. It doesn't have to be an expensive dinner, doesn't have to be a fancy dinner, but at least some place where you can, you know, walk out of the hotel, go get yourself something to eat. And yeah, that does cost a little bit more. Now, if you stay by the airports, it's a lot cheaper, but there's really no place to go by the airports. So thank you for those kind words, Zach. We do try, you know, we try to take care of everything for you guys. And you know, I really appreciate the kind words. We love the collaboration with our clients. That's the cool thing too. It's not like us just saying, here's where you should go, and if you don't like it, tough. No, it's always about a collaboration with our clients. You know, some clients come to us and literally know this is the ship, this is the date, this is what I want to do. And then other people are like, yeah, I want to go to Greece in June. Okay, and then we just figure it out from there. And that's actually those are a lot of fun when we just get that. It's like, well, I want to go to Greece. We literally just booked an African safari, and they knew they wanted to go on a train and they wanted to go to South Africa. There was this tour they were supposed to do in 2000. They don't do it anymore, so we had to go find something. And sure enough, we found two. One where they could actually go on the train for 11 days in South Africa, which looked amazing. Then there was another one that mixed a traditional safari with a river cruise, and that's the one they ended up going with. I mean, either one of them would have been amazing. But that was a lot of fun because they were like, you know, we don't really know what we want to do, so just help us out. Help us out. This is what we were going to do back in 2000. Help us find something kind of similar to that. And we went with, we ended up with Colette Tours, Colette Travel, because Colette has really changed the way that they've done business. They've really leaned into the locals leading locals kind of touring. And this whole house, it's like a houseboat on a lake for 3 days. It looks really cool. It's kind of like a river cruise kind of a thing. So, but yeah, if we can help you guys out, I'll remind everybody right now, if you're watching us on TikTok and YouTube, one, please do subscribe to the channels. We encourage you to subscribe. We encourage you to like the channel so that the various entities know that you like what we're doing. And number two, if we can help you in any way, we do cruise, land, luxury, and expedition. Where's WalterTravel.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, there's links right down there in the description on how to get in touch with us. If you're watching us on TikTok, you just simply click that logo and there are links on how to get in touch with us and how it works. You set up an appointment. I've got a calendar on there. You just set up an appointment that's convenient for you. I'll give you a call and we'll talk through what you guys are looking for. And then Rebecca and I will go off and do some research, and then we'll come back to you with proposals. And now we have this whole new travel system that if you weren't here this morning, I was talking about. We're bringing on a whole new travel system for our clients, 100% free to you. And what that's going to allow you to do, one, you're going to have your own client login. Two, all of your trips, all of the documents, everything about your trip is now going to be in one place. And, you know, I was joking about Nurse Tara, who's watching on YouTube, but Tara literally has like 4 or 5 trips with it booked right now. And when she logs in, she'll literally just be able to see all 5 trips. She can click into each of the 5 trips. The documents are going to be there. All the excursions are going to be there. If she's booked a hotel, the hotel is going to be in there. Like literally everything about the trips will now be in there. And that's what we're introducing. Chris, that is coming out now. Over the next few weeks, we're rolling it out to all of our clients. So those of you who are current clients of ours, you're going to get information about it coming out over the next few weeks. We've been testing it out internally. We've been testing it out with a few clients just to try it out first before we roll it out to everybody. And then the other cool thing is there's a mobile app too. So you can see everything on your mobile app. It does not have offline capability yet, but it's going to. So in the near future, even if you don't have internet capability, all of your information will be in the app. It all comes down to the app. It's going to be awesome. Good morning, Pretty TK. Love it. Barbara Kempton, will you get an email for a login? Yes. Everybody will be contacted. If you are a current client, you are going to be getting an email from us at some point. So yes. I see I'm getting a bunch of questions about it. I'm glad you guys are so excited about it. Yes, you're going to get emails from us. What you may even get is just we need to bring your trips from the original system over to the new system. Once your trips are in the new system, then you'll get an email from us with a link. And that's how you set up your account. So it's going to take a while for us to move everything over. But we will be sending emails out to everybody, and you can go ahead and set up your account even before we bring the trips over. So yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And yet another thing that we're going to bring you for free. I mean, our services are 100% free. And now this new client management, trip management system is going to be 100% free as well. So we're so excited about this. We are so excited about this. Did I miss any other questions on YouTube? Just making sure I didn't miss any questions over there. Okay. So one of the things that we were just talking about a little while ago, if you weren't here, the city of Juneau, Alaska, is looking to limit the amount of cruise ships coming into port starting in 2025. They're already placing some limitations on this year. What I like about it is that Juneau is working with the cruise lines. They're working with the Cruise Line International Association on the limit. They're not just saying, okay, as of next year, boom, 1,000 people can come in. That's it. No, they're working because, ultimately the cruise lines are an economic engine, but only 30,000 people live in Juneau. And I think they're going to have over 2 million people visiting this year, or 1.7 million people visiting this year, up to 5 ships a day in Juneau.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Juneau's not a horribly big city.
Yeah, that
and in fact, it is
lot.
The only state capital that you cannot drive to.
Oh, how about that? How
Yes.
about that?
At least unless they've created something. But when we went there, they had told us it was the only state capital you could not drive to.
See that. Larry, I don't see your question. I see comments, but I don't see your question. So if there was a question there, Larry, feel free to drop it back in. But I see your 2 comments saying hello, but I don't see that. Let's see. Barbara, MC, is Icon of the Seas really worth the money? That, if anything is worth the money, it's 100% up to you. Does it live up to the hype? Yes. As far as I'm concerned, yes, it does. I mean, that water park is legit. I love the way they relayed out the ship. It's much easier to walk through. It's more of an adult, it feels like a grown-up Royal Caribbean ship, even though it is made for a lot of kids, obviously family. But there is a lot of celebrity that has kind of snuck into there. Love the new, the overlook in the Aquadome is amazing. I love the Ryan Bean Bar. I love the Aquadome Market. I really loved everything about the ship. The ship was really laid out well. The Pearl Cafe is just beyond beautiful. Yes, the Pearl is very cool, but the Pearl Cafe itself, especially at night, oh my God, when they bring on all the blue lights and everything. So in my opinion, the ship lives up to the hype. Is it worth the money? It's up to you. How much you want to spend on your vacation. I mean, you can kind of go on 2 other cruises for the price of one Icon of the Seas price. So that's up to you if it's worth the money, but does it live up to the hype? I would say absolutely. I want to get back on it as quickly as I can because I want a full 7 nights on it. We only had 3 nights on the ship. I desperately want to get back on there because it is the overlook is unlike anything you've ever seen in your life. And it literally took my breath away the first time I saw it. It was just like, I knew that the Aqua Theater was there. I just never thought about what was in front of it. So it's up to you whether it's worth the money, but does it live up to the hype? 100%. It does live up to the hype. So Betty Sims, you are signing up for your Virgin Voyages status match today. If approved, can this new status be used on my VB trip that I will be on May of 2024? It should show up as either blue extras or deep blue extras in your account. So yes, it should show up, and that would give you some sort of, I can't remember what the 2 different sets of perks are now, but when you are approved, you should then see it in your app. When you go to your profile, you might have to refresh the app.
You go to your profile and you look at add-ons, and that's where it will show up.
Yeah. So if you look in the add-ons, it should show up. But yes, Virgin Voyages has brought back their status match program. However, one of the big differences now with the status match program is you have to actually be booked on a Virgin voyage in order to status match. It used to be you could just sign up in advance of booking a cruise. Now they're like, nope, you got to book a cruise first.
Actually, you kind of they asked for a booking number when you did the application before.
No, I don't remember them asking for a booking number. Did they? Oh, I thought you could just status match without. I don't remember that booking number part in the
Mhm.
past. Oh, Rebecca said that they always had a booking number. I don't remember that part, so maybe they did. So yeah.
And only if, I don't know what kind of matching they're doing, but only if you get the deep blue extras do you
Yeah.
get the early boarding.
Exactly.
The blue extras,
No
you
early
don't.
boarding. Larry said they're in New York and Allianz only offers $50K medical with the premium plan. Is this accurate? I believe the minimum should be $100,000. That's accurate. Most of the plans, you have to go to the top level plan.
Executive or
Yeah,
premium?
executive. Well, he's saying that premium is $50K. Now,
Okay.
keep in mind, in New York State, cruise lines don't even offer insurance.
Most cruise lines, there
New
are
York
some.
State. So Allianz, so there are like some certain limits in there, but all the policies that we typically sell are 50,000 medical, 500,000 in medical evacuations. That does sound about accurate. I think there's another level above premium, but I don't know what it is. We can get 100,000. There is a policy that we can sell that has 100,000 in medical, but it's like twice the price. Something like that. So yeah, that sounds about right, Larry. What you can do is you can call Allianz directly. They actually have a great phone support team, and you can ask them directly about how can I get more coverage, and they'll tell you if you can. There are going to be limits in certain states of what you can get. So let's see, where are we? DK, what is your favorite cruise line? Do not have one. Honest to God, do not have one. We've been on 10 of them. I love cruise ships. I really do love cruise ships. So every time we go on a ship, we have our expectation, depending on the kind of cruise we want to go on. That's the ship that we book, So I love cruise ship. We've yet to have a bad cruise. There's some cruises that we enjoy more than others, but we've yet to have a bad cruise. I just love cruise ships. Okay, what do we think of Norwegian Cruise Line these days, sailing on the Breakaway next month? Love Norwegian. I wish they had not gotten rid of all the Broadway shows, but love Norwegian. The Breakaway is a great ship. The Breakaway class has the waterfront on deck 8. That is like our hangout spot because the pool is a little bit on the small side. There's very little shade up by the pool. We don't want to bake in the Caribbean sun, so we like to get down on the waterfront. And we'll sit on the side of the ship, that's blocking the sun, so we're in the shade. There's an outdoor bar there. There's lots of really comfortable seating there. There's even outdoor restaurants there as well, or the restaurants, I should say, have outdoor seating. It's really nice. And one of my favorite things about Norwegian, they're about as fun, almost as fun as the Fun Squad on Carnival. I mean, they usually have a really good cruise director staff, entertainment staff. They're usually really, really fun. But they do a really good job with the atrium. There's a big video wall in the atrium, and they do a really good job utilizing that with games, trivia. Even at night, they do some fun little quirky shows and things like that. So that's one of my favorite things. And I will say the main atrium, it gets really crowded. Try to watch the shows. So we tend to watch the shows up above on I think it's deck 6 is what it is. So we watch from up above looking down. But I think they do a great job with that. So Queen Penny, can I leave tips in the room, or is it mandatory to use credit card prepaid? So there's two different questions there. One is there's the gratuities, the main gratuities that everybody
or
pays.
Service charge sometimes.
Yeah, or the service charge. Some people call it a service charge. So that's the room service charge. It's usually anywhere from say $15 to $21 a day, per person, depending on the cruise line, the ship,
Per
and
person
the class
per day.
of cabin. Per day. And it is not mandatory. And even that is not mandatory, but we highly recommend never, ever turning that off, because that money goes to the people behind the scenes that you will never meet. Because you see your room steward, but behind that room steward, there might be 30 to 50 people who are doing things. They're cleaning the laundry, they're getting all of the glasses clean. They're
bringing the fresh towels.
Yeah,
and
like they're getting everything
and
that room steward is going to bring to you. They're doing all that work behind the scenes. So we recommend never, ever turn that off. In terms of giving a tip above and beyond that, that's 100% up to you, not required whatsoever. Yes, you can leave cash in the room, or you can hand cash to your room steward, to your server in the dining room, to your favorite bartender, to your favorite barista, whoever you want to do. Typically, if we got good service in the room, and it's rare that we don't, we will leave something for the room steward. I might give something to my favorite bartender, and I might give something to my favorite barista. Those are the people I take care of, because they take care of me.
But technically, you don't have to leave those automatic
Yeah.
service charges in place. If
Yep.
you want to, you can go to guest services and get them removed. But like we said, there's so many people
So many
that
people
you
behind the
don't
scenes.
see that also get a part in that
Yeah.
tip, that it's really, I consider it the cost of cruising.
Exactly. Tracy, you're on Quantum in July to Alaska. Are they already limiting us in Juneau? Actually, they are, but it's already been set. For 2024, the cruise lines and Juneau worked out, they've already worked it all out. It's starting in 2025. They want to cut it back even further. So this year, all of the cruise stops are set in Juneau, so there won't be any changes. The changes have already been made with Juneau, so no. And Quantum, Quantum is a very large ship. So that is actually one of the reasons why they're kind of talking about this, because the Quantum, the breakaway class on Norwegian, those are very large ships bringing a lot of people in. And if you think about 5 of those, it'd be 25,000 people being dumped off in one day for a city that only has 31,000 people. But yeah, this year, as of this year, they are not limiting anything beyond this. Silver Librarian, so would Virgin Voyages status matching, would Princess Elite be deep blue? Probably, but you need to go ahead and apply. First, you need to book, and then you need to apply to find out. Yep.
Yeah, but I would suspect, don't have any knowledge, but I would suspect, since Elite is the top level on Princess, that it would probably get you deep blue.
Yes.
But we have not heard of what people are getting matched to.
Right. Yet. Tony has a transatlantic cruise coming up next Sunday on Celebrity. Oh, that is so awesome. We've got a bunch of folks going out on the Scarlet Lady, the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, heading from Miami to Barcelona. We got a whole bunch of folks on that. And by the way, we've got a bunch of folks. Everybody's talking about the solar eclipse. We've got a whole bunch of folks right now on the Emerald Princess. She will be parked in totality tomorrow. So we've got a whole bunch of folks on the solar eclipse cruise. Princess is going to have 2 ships over on the West Coast down by Mexico. I think they're going to be basically side by side, sitting in totality. That's going to be amazing. So anybody who's watching from the Emerald Princess, oh my God, you guys are going to have so. I'm really jealous. Okay, I am really truly jealous. So we supposedly are going to get like a 50%, but you guys are going to be in absolute totality. That's going to be absolutely freaking amazing. I love it. DS Koff, have we been on the Allure? We've been on the Symphony. So the Allure of the Seas is an Oasis class. Symphony of the Seas is her sister. We were on the Symphony right around Christmas time 2 years ago. Fabulous ship. They had Hairspray on there. They had a great ice skating show. They did Hero as the water show. Plus, what really impressed me, they did 3 shows in the theater. They did 2 original shows plus Hairspray. Same cast. I mean, how much work is it to memorize a Broadway show? And these guys are memorizing 3 complete shows. Absolutely phenomenal cast, great shows. It was just a lot of fun. And it was really kind of cool, to pick out it was kind of cool to pick out the people who were in the show. So yeah, really great show. Warren Wolf, how much money is given to each cruise per paycheck from gratuities? Prove it. Why would I have to prove that? If you'd like to, you can write to Royal Caribbean, you can write to Princess, you can write to Celebrity, you can write to all the cruise lines.
Actually, John Heald has discussed this on his.
Yeah, John Heald with Carnival has actually discussed it. I don't know if he gave an actual chart, but yeah, he has given it. So yeah, you're welcome to go do the research. I don't have to prove anything. So, but thanks for the question. Nurse Tara says, we always bring a couple stacks of $2 bills and give that $2 bills. There are still $2 bills out there, and you give them out to everyone, bartender, staff, etc. Staff seem to love it because it's different. That's hilarious. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. Now, there are two kind of trains of thought on that whole tipping thing. I see people who will literally tip the bartender every single time. Here's a couple of bucks, whatever, because they say, hey, I get better service when I do that. I am of the mind that I'm going to give it at the end of the cruise. I usually like maybe a 20 or something like that, or maybe a little bit more to my favorite bartender. I don't see a difference. I mean, I'm not going to carry bills around with me all day. I mean, it worked with Tara and it worked with other folks just to keep handing them out. I prefer to have nothing in my pockets. I really love like Princess and Virgin Voyages where we've got the wearable. So there's literally like nothing. I don't have a cruise card or anything to take out. So I do love that. But that is a lot of fun, though. $2 bills. Where do you get $2 bills today? That's what I want to know, especially if you come with a stack of them. That is awesome. That is awesome. Douglas Cole says he tips the bartender to get the Buffalo Bills up on the biggest TV in the bar. That's one way to get it up there, right? Right. That's hilarious. I love that, Douglas. That's hilarious. Barbara loves Norwegian. Awesome. Pretty TK. I know you specialize in cruises, but do you do other vacation planning like Universal? So everybody knows us for cruising, but yeah, we plan everything. We have booked Disney vacations, Universal vacations. We just booked an African safari. We have booked tours over in Greece and Europe. We're looking at some national park stuff. So literally cruise, land, expedition, luxury. We have it all. We can book you a private jet, take you anywhere in the world. We can have a limousine waiting for you when you land and just go off and do your own thing. Or we can do pre-booked stuff. So yeah. We are, Disney is one of our great partners. Universal, we booked through another company. But yeah, we just booked somebody in the Cabana Bay Resort, I think it's called. And of course, Epic is coming. Oh my God, Epic is coming next year. It looks amazing. If you're a fan of YouTube, go to Theme Park Stop. That's the channel. She's doing an amazing job showing us. I'm getting so excited about Epic just watching all of her videos. She does a great job over there. Willie B on Royal, you had an envelope in the room for the room steward, and then we gave cash to the waiters. Yeah, so some people, we've actually brought envelopes with us. So yeah, you can either do it with an envelope or you can just simply hand the cash to the person. But never ever turn off those automatic gratuities. Don't ever turn them off because that money does flow back behind the scenes that you don't see. It's yes, it is your right to turn it off, but we recommend that you do not turn it off. Just always leave it
I
on.
will say everybody who works on a cruise ship works so hard.
They work incredibly hard. They work incredibly
particularly
hard, so.
like the room stewards and the food and beverage people, probably working 6.5 days a week, 12-ish hours for 6 to 9 months.
There you go. At a time without family.
It's a hard life.
The Nurse Tara is saying that all banks have $2 bills in the vault. You just have to ask for them. So there you go, folks. That's your test now. Before your next cruise, go to the bank and say you want a stack of $2 bills to take on a cruise. That would be hilarious. We should try that. We should try that for the Sun Princess.
No.
It would be a lot of fun. Aaron,
I'll stick with regular bills.
Yeah, Aaron is saying, did I say that Norwegian got rid of the Broadway shows? Almost all of them are either gone or they're about to be gone. As far as I know, Beetlejuice on the Viva is the only one that's still left. I think they may still have Choir of Man. Or some, but like, Kinky Boots is gone. Six is either gone or just about gone. Most of those shows are gone. Yeah, it's a real shame that they did that.
I've heard one of the ships even got rid of Burn the Floor.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know if that's true or not, or just a rumor, but.
Yeah. MLB 1995, you're looking at Royal and don't see safety info. Are they still doing a muster drill? Yes, that is required by Coast Guard regulation.
Well, the e-muster. She's asking about the e-muster.
Huh? Oh, e-muster. Oh, my apologies. E-muster. Yes. My apologies. Are they still doing the e-muster drill? Yes, they are still doing the e-muster drill. I think Disney's the only one that brought back the traditional one.
Norwegian, I think, did it briefly, and it was so unpopular, they went back to the e-muster again.
And I don't even know if Disney is still doing the
in-person
traditional, but I think they are. I think they are. Willie B says the Allure is awesome, but it has not been amplified, which is about to be corrected. She's going in for 1 month very shortly. I think when the Utopia gets here, but very shortly, the Allure is going in. Not only is she going to get amplified, but she's going to get some of the features from the Icon. They said they're going to take some of the best ideas since it was so far delayed. Now they're able to incorporate some of the ideas from the Icon. So the Allure is going to be a very unique ship. She's probably going to get some of the features of Utopia. Who knows? She might get that train thing for all we know. Northwest Man, how are you doing? Do we have a favorite cruise ship private island? That I can answer. Yes, I do have a favorite private island. An actual island would be Ocean Key from MSC. I love Ocean Key because it is very natural. There's not much to it. I just love the fact that it's just a Bahamas island They've turned it into a marine reserve. There's no DJ pool. There's no big pool. There's either the island or you got the MSC Yacht Club area, and that's it. I love it. And it's very rugged around the edges. Now, my favorite actual cruise line resort, but it's not an island, would be the Bimini Beach Club from Virgin Voyages. I absolutely love the sand is so soft. The pool, you know, the floaty party and all that, when the floats come out and the big party gets going, it's absolutely hilarious. And I really love the, I love the vibe of that. So those are my two favorite. You know, Coco Cay is a lot of fun, but it is kind of like really built up. Castaway Cay is beautiful from Disney. I'm really looking forward to seeing Lighthouse Point, or Lookout something at Lighthouse Point. I don't know, whatever they're calling it, the new Disney island. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But Ocean Cay, absolutely 100% is my favorite. What about you guys? You guys all have a favorite private island out there from the cruise line? Be curious to hear. I see we're at the bottom of the hour, so I'm going to remind everybody that we are Where's Walter Travel. We're an independent travel advisor. Our services are 100% free to use. So we book cruises, land, luxury, expedition. We can do the whole thing soup to nuts. Theme parks. We can do the whole thing soup to nuts, or we can just work with you on bits and pieces. And we love the collaborative aspect of working with you all. If you are watching us on YouTube, you just go down there to the link there in the description, so you can get in touch with us. If you're watching us over on TikTok, you just simply click my logo. There's a link tree, and the very first link is contact us. You set up a time on the calendar that is convenient to you. Now, if you live on the West Coast and you don't see a time that works for you, just email me, because I do work on West Coast hours. I have started meetings close to midnight my time, because it's 9 o'clock on West Coast time, because that's the only time it worked out for the West Coast clients. So if you can't set up a time that works for you on the West Coast, just email me and we'll just go ahead and set up a time out there. So yeah. Aaron, on Virgin Voyages, you know, there's no tipping, but do people tip the room steward at the end? Again, 100% up to you. You can give a tip to the room steward. I mean, at the end of the cruise, if you wanted to give a tip to some of the folks, you could try. We have seen crew members decline the tip, actually say, nope, don't give me the tip. So yeah. So you can, if you'd like. I can't remember. Do we tip the room steward and BB? I think we have.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
I will say the room stewards on Virgin Voyages are the most mixed bag of any cruise line out there. Sometimes you get a real good one. Sometimes you get one that's not the best.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say not that. I just say sometimes you get ones that are like ninjas. They come in, do their work, and you never see them. Yeah, exactly. So. MLB is saying $2 bills can be found at the bank. They may have to order them, but it can be done. Very cool. So MLB 1995, why are hotels so expensive in Vancouver? Everything in Vancouver is expensive. So she was looking at, or they were looking at pre-cruise night, and they are $300 per night. 300 is actually a really cheap price for Vancouver. That is not bad. That is not bad. You know, it depends on when are you going, right? If you're staying there on a weeknight versus a weekend, that's gonna affect the price. If you're going in prime time, that's going to affect the price. So yeah, Vancouver, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, they're all kind of expensive, but Vancouver itself is an expensive, like a very expensive city. It's one of the most expensive cities to live in. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So property is just expensive. Yeah, it is. So, and I mean, there's been a lot of articles about it too, you know, people who are just getting priced out that have to go. So yeah, that is one of the challenges when we have to find a hotel in Vancouver. In fact, I'm working on trying to find a hotel for a client that is going on a Alaska cruise on Disney. Excuse me, next year. That's not going to break the bank. And sometimes we just have to keep going back and forth because what we'll find is like some hotels that I don't see today. If I go back again in like 3 or 4 days, suddenly there's another hotel that shows up that now has space available. So certainly booking as far out. Like if you can get your hotel set up a year before you go, that's the time to get it. If you're getting closer to it, then prices are going to be up. It's the same with Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And honestly, if you're getting something at 300, well, if you're getting anything under 400, you're doing that's a good price for Vancouver. That's not bad for Vancouver. Yeah. So
Cruise to Australia. Yes, let's go to Australia. That is amazing. Cruises are amazing in Australia. Unfortunately, Virgin Voyages is not going back. They didn't have quite the season they expected. But there is a lot of places out there. Jen Myers is saying Seattle is expensive too. Fort Lauderdale can be expensive. Miami is expensive. It just depends on when are you coming in and where do you want to stay. Always the airport hotels are going to be among the cheapest, but they're away from the city. So there's kind of that trade-off. Sometimes it's just a little better to pay a little bit of extra money, stay in the city. Like, we've been going back and forth with one client that's really, they have 8 people coming into Miami. I mean, that's a lot of people to put up in a hotel, right? And they don't want to do the Verbo thing. They don't want the house thing. They want a hotel. Just trying to find that hotel for them that can work. And she ended up finding one in North Miami Beach, which is away from the South Beach area. It's away, but it's like rated 5 stars on TripAdvisor. I'm like, go for it. That's a good one. And if it works within your budget, let's go. Let's go ahead and nail that one. So that's what we did. Pretty TK, you're taking your very first cruise is Virgin Voyages in August. For your second cruise is Disney comparable price and food. I think Disney has comparable food. Disney has comparable. I think the service.
At least when we haven't been on since 2016.
Yeah, but from what everybody is telling us that we've sent on them. So I think the service is going to be even better on Disney than it is on Virgin Voyages. The rotational dining aspect of Disney is pretty doggone cool. You will eat in 3 different restaurants, but your servers will follow you, so that's kind of neat. They're 2 completely different experiences. They really are. But Disney's service and food is like over the top. Their service is some of the best at sea. I mean, they really have amazing service. The rooms are bigger. The beds are going to be more comfortable on Disney than they are on Virgin, unless you're in a suite. But they're going to be completely different experiences. The price, Disney's probably more expensive than Virgin, even though Virgin prices have been going up. Disney's probably still going to be more expensive.
Especially when you take into account the things that aren't included that are included on Virgin.
Yeah. So Larry, when using one of your My Next Virgin Voyages for booking, can you change the date if absolutely necessary? So with the My Next Virgin Voyage, once you book your cruise, you can change it one time. If you change it one time, all of your My Next Virgin Voyages benefits will transfer. But once you make that second change, you lose that $600 onboard credit. You lose that $300 off. So you can change it one time and still get all of the My Next Virgin Voyages benefits. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, when you're on a Virgin Voyages cruise, well, when you're on any cruise, you should always go to the next future cruise desk, whatever they call it, and see what kind of deals they have. On Virgin Voyages, they have My Next Virgin Voyage. You pay $300 on the ship. That goes towards your deposit. And then you will get $300 off the cruise fare. Plus, you will get up to $600 onboard credit for your next cruise. And with Virgin Voyages, what's really, really cool is that you can transfer it one time. You can buy up to 10 of these while you're on the cruise ship, and then you can transfer it one time. So if you got some friends, maybe some family that want to come with you on a Virgin Voyages cruise, you can buy these so then they can take advantage of it. And then when we go to book, you can say, hey, transfer this one to Rebecca, transfer this one to Bill, transfer this one to so-and-so. Then we can book like a whole group of people on the cruise, and then you're all getting that $300 off. You're all getting the $600 or up to $600 on board credit. Once you book the cruise, you can transfer it one time to another sailing and take all the benefits with you. Once you do it a second time, you lose all the benefits. We can still transfer you, but you can lose all the benefits. So, yeah. Samantha got a sweet deal for September in Miami, 2 nights by the port for $400 for 3 people. That is really nice. And a $150 for 1 night in Miami. Yeah, you got to start. I mean, we started out with a list of about 12 hotels in Miami. Now we've got that list up to about 30. Because it's crazy how wild, we've
even
had
the hotels, same hotel.
Yeah, the same hotel is $200 a night this week and it's $650 a night, 2 months from now. It's the same hotel. So yeah, so our Miami and Fort Lauderdale, list has gotten so big because the same hotels just go absolutely crazy. Yeah, Larry, so the status match as of right now will be ending at the end of 2024. They could change that.
I thought it was 2025.
Well, the actual applying for it. You have to apply for it. Yeah. So they might extend it. Miami roll peg. Can I look at a cruise on the icon? Yeah, just go ahead and reach out. Just go ahead and reach out. You're on TikTok, so just click my logo and then go to that link tree. The very first link is contact us. So just go ahead and set up a time. We'll talk and we'll go ahead and look at the cruises for you. Absolutely. Pretty TK, if I purchase the next voyage on the cruise, can I still use a travel agent? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You can transfer it to a travel agent, or if you booked it through me or any travel agent, the My Next Virgin Voyage is automatically assigned to them. So when my sailors purchase My Next Virgin Voyages, I get the notification. They're right there. I can go ahead and book it, no problem. Travel agents are allowed to buy up to 10 of them every single time we go on a cruise. So like I still have 3, maybe 2 left. So I can then transfer it to a sailor and use them for a sailor to go ahead and get, that $300 off and up to $600. So Virgin Voyages changed the rules. It used to be you would get $600 off, or you would get $600 onboard credit if you booked your cruise within 2 years. You have to book and sail within 2 years of buying the MNVB. Now, you have to book your next cruise within 2 months of buying it to get the $600 onboard credit. If you do it after 2 months, you get $300 onboard credit. You're still going to get the onboard credit. They're just going to cut it in half. So they're incentivizing you to go ahead and book that cruise within 2 months. So yeah. Hey, Stacy, good morning. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Aaron saying he's been to South Florida in early May, it's June, and early July, even hotter. It'll be hot. It's also going to be more humid. That's basically it. The humidity just kind of picks up. July, August, September, that's like the worst humidity. But the heat is about the same. And it also depends on where you are. Like if you're in concrete, it's going to get real hot. That's why like one of our favorite spots to go visit as it starts to get really hot is Animal Kingdom at Disney, because it's got all the trees. It's really nice to walk around. But yeah, South Florida it's just going to get really humid. It gets more and more humid. Like we've been having a spring right now. It's been absolutely unbelievable. This past month, we have had spring in Florida. It's been absolutely beautiful. Now we're in Orlando. We're not in South Florida, but it got down to almost to the 40s last night. It's going to be in the 70s today. It's not humid at all. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, South Florida will just get more humid as the summer comes on. That is absolutely what's going to happen. So Nurse Tara, so if I plan to sail on Virgin Voyages in 2026, is it too early to get one of the next Virgin Voyage certificates from you? I don't even know if anything from 2026 is up yet from Virgin Voyages. We're going back on the Valiant Lady in June. So if you wanted a My Next Virgin Voyage, you would probably want the ones that we'll buy in June, because that'll be good through June of 26. You have to sail by June of 26.
I think the ones you have are January of 26.
Yeah, they're good through January 26. So if you want that, Tara, we can talk before that. So one of the things that I do as a travel advisor too, like we're going back on the Valiant Lady. We've got 130, 140 people coming on the Valiant Lady for the Ben and David inaugural cruise. We're the travel agent for that particular cruise. So while we're on the cruise, like we'll reach out to our clients, say, do any of you want a My Next Virgin Voyage? Because we're on the ship now, we can buy them. And so what we do is we buy them and we assign them to our clients while we're on the ship. So Tara, we could certainly connect in June, and we can go ahead and get you. And what I would do is get it like on the last day. I'll stretch it out as far as I can possibly go. But yeah, if anybody's going to be on the Valiant Lady, June 12th through the 16th, definitely come by and say hello. We're going to be on the ship. The whole Ben and David team going to be doing all of their things. Going to be like 130, 140 people all hanging out with Ben and David for the entire cruise. We just get to sit on the ship and relax and enjoy. We're just there to help if they need anything, if any of the sailors needs help with anything in particular with the cruise. But in terms of the actual events, Ben and David are handling all of that. It's going to be so much fun to see everybody. We've talked to so many people. We've gotten to know all y'all, so it's going to be nice. Gosh, we booked it like 6-8 months ago now, so it's going to be really nice to see everybody. I can't wait to see everybody. I love going back on Virgin Voyages. I mean, they are a fun cruise line to go on. It is very much a come as you are. People are like, so do they have formal night? There's no dress code. There's literally no dress code.
Well, they don't want you in wet bathing suits in the dining rooms.
That's pretty much it. But you can wear shorts and a t-shirt to dinner. Like you want to go to the steakhouse in shorts and a t-shirt, that's totally on you. You want to go? You can absolutely do that.
You want to dress up? Absolutely. Go ahead, dress up.
I find more people do tend to dress up on Virgin Voyages. I think they just like it. They just really want to. And then, of course, Scarlet Night is insane. Everybody dresses in red. We do the crazy-ass party. So Rebecca doesn't even make it to the party. She's already in bed. She's gone.
Well, it's too loud. I think even with the best earplugs in the world, I'm not sure I could take it.
It's a fun party. And it's what everybody shows on their vlogs, or everybody's like, oh, Virgin Voyages is like this crazy party ship. It's actually not. It's one of the most chill, relaxed ships we've ever. I think the one that was more chill and relaxed than that one was probably the Oceana Serena. That was even more chill and relaxed than Virgin. But Virgin is an incredibly relaxed, chill cruise line. Come as you are. You want to party all night, go to the Manor. You want to chill and just relax, go to On the Rocks, listen to some music, or go sit out in the back on the dock. So Cynthia, Ben and David are amazing, as is Virgin. I know, it's going to be a lot of fun. It is absolutely going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to, now that Rebecca introduced me to DJ's Clam Shack in Key West, I am dying to get back there, have another half of a lobster roll with her, and then have my clam strips. Although I'm hoping somebody's going to come with us this time, because the clam strips is a big bucket.
And I don't eat clams.
She doesn't eat clams, so I could use some help eating the clams. So I'm hoping somebody is going to come with us on that one. And, while I'm waiting for a few more questions, I will remind everybody we have multiple group cruises if you want to come sail with us. If you want to go to Alaska in 2025, we are going to be on the Oceana Riviera, 1,200 passengers. I'm about to say 2,500, 1,200 passengers only, June 26th through July 8th of 2025. So we're actually going to be in Alaska for the 4th of July. That should be a lot of fun. 12 nights round trip from Seattle with stops up to 14 hours. We've got some really long stops on this trip. So, if you want to do 2 or 3 different types of excursions, or you want to do an excursion and then have time to really go hang out and relax in whatever ports we're in, this is going to be the cruise for you. It is the Oceana Riviera, June 26th through July 8th, 2025. Essentially an all-inclusive cruise. Okay, Oceana includes the Wi-Fi, all of the meals, the soft drinks and specialty coffees, beer, wine, champagne with lunch and dinner. And then with the group, if you book into our group, you get prepaid gratuities, and then you get the drinks package upgrade, so you get drinks anytime you want. That's a $1,200 upgrade. That is included if you book a veranda or higher. You can book an interior, you can book an ocean view, and you will get all of those wonderful Oceana benefits. You also get $600 of shore excursion credit, no matter which cabin you book. So the first $600 of shore excursion on this particular cruise, that's on Oceana. But then if you book a veranda or above, you will get the prepaid gratuities, and you get the drinks package upgrade. That's a $1,200 value. But you must be in a veranda or above. If you book an inside or an ocean view, you will still get all of those amazing Oceana benefits as well. Rebecca and I will be on the ship, so if you want to come meet us, absolutely come do that. And then, of course, this coming October, the brand new Sun Princess is coming here. She's in the Mediterranean right now, but she will be coming over October 19th through the 26th of this year, 2024. We have plus or minus 40 people already booked on that one. We'd love to have you come join us as well. October 19th through the 26th, sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. She will be on an Eastern Caribbean itinerary. 7 nights total. 3 of those are going to be sea days, and that's actually one of the reasons why we picked this itinerary. So we would have 3 full nights to really explore all of the ships. So definitely, if you want to come join us, that is going to be a great cruise. We are giving $100 of onboard credit to everybody who books with us as a thank you for coming on that group. And then we have the Norwegian Aqua. May 31st through June 7th. This is literally going to be the 2nd month that this ship is out. She is sailing out of Port Canaveral. Again, another Eastern Caribbean, Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, Tortola, and Great Stirrup Key. We've never been to Great Stirrup Key because the ship has gone twice, and both times it got called off because the tenders couldn't do it. So we're hoping 3rd time's the charm. We'll actually get into Great Stirrup Key, which is their private island. But the Norwegian Aqua, the big change on this one is going to be the 3rd Prima class ship. They've gotten rid of the go-karts, and now we're going to have the Aqua Slide coaster up top. Also going to be very interested to see if they reconfigure the inside of the ship. So that's sailing May 31st through June 7th of 2025. Again, we're giving away $100 of onboard credit.
Per cabin.
Yeah, per cabin if you get the free at sea package. We're tossing that in on top of that. And then one of the most amazing things, we are not going to be on this, but if you're somebody who wants to go see the Northern Lights, Hurtigruten has the most amazing Northern Lights cruise, tour, you name it. It's 17 days, and it's called Follow the Northern Lights. It's a land sea adventure, kind of like Alaska. We're booking right now between December of 2024 and March of 2025. It's 17 days total, land and sea. It's fully escorted as a small group. You're going to stay in the Igloo Hotel. You're going to go dog sledding, like actually go dog sledding. You're going to be on the dog sled, you know, as a musher, the whole 9 yards. You go to the Sammy Museum. You go to Santa's Village. Oh, my God, you get to go see Santa. And then it's a Northern Lights cruise and more. You are guaranteed to see the Northern Lights. If you don't see the Northern Lights, you get to go on another cruise and try again. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. That is from our friends at Hurtigruten. This is the one I desperately want to do. We're not on it yet. And, of course, I also will remind everybody, you know, somebody asked you, do we only do cruises? Our good friends at Colette are currently, the whole world is on sale for 20% off. These are land tours all over the world. Today is the last day that I have exclusive access to all of these tours. Starting tomorrow, it opens up to the general public, but up to 20% off all the land tours from Colette. Absolutely amazing, amazing land tours. So that's everything that we've got going on. And then, of course, we've got even more. So you can always check our website to see what our latest groups are and certainly reach out. Pretty TK, do we have any 2025 Virgin Voyages cruises booked? You'd love to sail with us. Right now we don't because we have that Norwegian Aqua Cruise in May and we have the Oceania Riviera in June. So, you know, we did Thanksgiving last year. That was a big hit. We're not going to do Thanksgiving on Virgin this year. So you never know, maybe 2025 we'll go back on the Valiant or the Scarlet, whichever one is doing the 8-night. But as of right now, we're not. Our only other Virgin Voyage cruise right now will be in June. We'll be on that Ben and David inaugural in June. But we don't have anything planned yet. Aaron is going to come eat clams with us. That is so awesome. That's so awesome.
He needs help.
So yeah, Aaron, yeah, if anybody is on that Ben and David cruise or anybody's on the June 12th Valiant Lady cruise and you want to come help me eat clams, just let me know. We'll all meet up and we'll just go literally.
It's a big old pile of clams.
Yeah, you just got to walk straight up. If anybody's going to Key West on a cruise, you're going to be at the cruise port and then you're going to you'll pick up Duval Street from the cruise port. Just start walking up Duval Street. Maybe depending on how fast or slow you walk, anywhere from say 10 to 20 minutes up Duval Street, it's going to be on your left. DJ's Clam Shack. So, and you can't, I mean, it's a shack. I mean, it literally is a shack with about 4 seats. That's it.
Well, there might be about 6 seats because it did go around the corner.
Yeah,
a little bit.
But it is absolutely amazing. And they have a lobster roll there. They have, what is it? The giant lobster roll, whatever.
Well, yeah, they have a double stuffed lobster roll.
Double stuffed lobster roll.
But the regular lobster roll, I can't
fine.
Even imagine what the double stuffed would be like.
And then they have 2 different kinds of clams. One of which I guess is more like a local delicacy. They're like, yeah, you really got to like these. And then they have the ones that all of us grew up with from Howard Johnson. So if you know Howard Johnson, so yeah. Pretty TK, what a great question. You heard about ports are requiring reef surf sunscreen. Is that true?
Reef safe.
Reef safe. That's what I thought.
You said surf.
Oh, a reef safe sunscreen.
Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, right. I don't know which ports.
I actually have heard of that, particularly in Mexico. There are some places where you cannot use, and I don't know where else in the Caribbean, but more and more places are. I would Google wherever sunscreen requirements and see if anything comes up.
Regardless of whether they are or not, you should be anyway, because some of the oils and some of the stuff that's in the sunscreen can actually be harmful to the fish. Can be harmful to the coral. It can be harmful to any other sea life as well. But everybody should be using reef safe sunscreen. I haven't put a link in TikTok yet. I haven't put a link on YouTube yet, but we're just setting up our travel store and we actually have some reef safe sunscreen that we're recommending in that travel store. So the reef safe stuff, everybody should be, if you're in the Caribbean, if you're going anywhere where you're going to be swimming in the water, you should be using reef safe sunscreen. Everybody should be using it.
St. Thomas apparently requires it.
Yeah, so it's just good for the environment.
It's becoming more and more common.
Yeah, because the oils and everything just
and some of the chemicals and the because the reef safe is generally mineral based,
right?
And that's I guess, safer. It's not perfect, but it's safer for the oceans.
It's safer for the ocean.
But my rule of thumb, because I do still have some regular sunscreen that has not expired yet. If I'm just going to a pool, I will probably use that to try and use it up till it expires.
Right.
But if I'm going in the ocean, I'm going to use my Reef Safe.
Any thoughts on Norwegian Viva going from Lisbon to Rome in August, worth the high price point? I don't know that specific cruise, and I don't know what the price is. The thing to always keep in mind about any of these Mediterranean cruises is that your ship is not necessarily stopping in the place. So like Rome, it's not stopping in Rome. It's going to be stopping in Civitavecchia, which is about an hour away from Rome. A lot of these port stops can be, like, some of them are tenders. Some of them can be, anyway, it's not like everybody's so used to the Caribbean. You walk off the ship and you're there, right? You're in Cozumel, you're in Costa Maya, you're in St. Thomas, you're in St. Martin. It doesn't work like that in a lot of the European stops, a lot of the Mediterranean stops, where you're actually, and usually they're very industrial ports. A lot of these are like working container ship ports that the cruise lines are coming in and using as well. So I don't know about that particular cruise, and I don't know what the price point is.
And I will say July and August, because of a lot of kids from the U.S. being out of school, then those do tend to be the highest prices.
Exactly.
Which honestly, the temperatures, I understand, are quite toasty.
Yeah.
So I personally, if I was going to try, and I realize not everybody can pick the time they want to go.
Right.
But if I was going to go, I'd go at the beginning or end of the season.
Yeah, May or September, October would be a little bit of a lower price point. Pretty TK, I had to TikTok has now done this thing, and I don't understand when it started or how it started. When we post a new video, they automatically drop music on it now, whether we want them to or not, and it's posted at full volume. So I've had a couple of posts that I've put up there where the music is at full volume, and then I have to immediately go in and I have to delete it, and then I have to repost it without the music. I wasn't aware that TikTok was doing that. So if you go back and watch my new Brightline post, there should be no music on it now. You should actually be able to understand me. So, but yeah, if you didn't see the story, Brightline and Princess now have a partnership, making it really easy for you to get from the train to the ship if you're on Princess Cruises. Plus, anybody riding on Brightline, you can use the code Princess15, all one word, and you will get 15% off the Brightline train, courtesy of Princess Cruises, which is absolutely awesome. And
the 15 is not spelled out. It's just actually the number is 15.
Donna, hi. Thanks for subscribing. Great information. You have a question. Why don't more cruise ships stop at Key West? Looking into Icon of the Seas as a second choice. So Key West originally voted to ban cruise ships altogether. This was last year, I think it was 2023 maybe. And the governor of Florida stepped in and said, no, you can't do that. So Key West can only hold one ship. And like an Icon of the Seas can't come in. It's way too big to come in there. I think the biggest ships are probably like the Celebrity Beyond is probably one of the biggest ships that probably comes in there, or that Edge class ship. So they can't hold big ships. And there's only one ship at a time can come in. So there's a very limited supply of ships that will go in there. Royal Caribbean probably does have a few. I don't know about Norwegian, but definitely Celebrity goes there. Virgin Voyages goes there. But that's why you don't see that many. Literally only one can go in there, and Icon is way too big. Like an Oasis class ship, way too big.
There can be one major cruise line ship and then a smaller, like American Cruise Line.
Well, yeah, American Cruise Line, which is just a catamaran.
Yeah, so it was a few hundred people on that.
Right, but you will find it. You'll find Celebrity, Virgin goes there, and just a few others. But originally, Key West completely banned cruise ship, and then the governor overrode that. So there are still some coming in, just not that many. Margaritaville, I believe Margaritaville, the Islander is going to be stopping there as well, which is out of Tampa. So, and that looks like it's going to be a great ship. I can't wait to meet the Margaritaville Islander. She starts sailing in June. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. Barbara saying Blue Lizard is a reef safe sunscreen. And MG, you're on the Brightline right now. Totally worth it, right? And if you saw the repost of my video, you're welcome, Donna. If we can help you in any way, certainly do reach out. Our services are 100% free to you. You're watching us on YouTube. There's links down in the description. Just set up a time to make an appointment, and we'll be glad to help you out. we love helping folks find things. And yeah, Key West can be a little bit tricky finding the right ship to go there, but we can definitely get you there. Virgin Voyages goes there on every Fire and Sunset soiree for sure. But yeah, the Brightline. So the Brightline, it can be a little bit expensive. You know, like we just said, if you use Princess 15, you're going to get 15% off. But they're running a lot of sales of late. You know, they're running buy one, get one free. They're running, various specials. And they have what's called a smart car, and they have the premium car. Totally up to you whether you want to get the premium car. You don't absolutely need it. The biggest difference is there's the seats are slightly wider in premium. They're 3 inches wider, and all the food and drinks are included in the premium car. You also get a premium lounge, which also has food and drinks at the train station. But otherwise, experience is basically the same. You got power, you got USB, you got a table, you got included Starlink Wi-Fi. That's really, really good. So the experience is basically the same in both sets of cars. It's just up to you whether, if you get I got a ridiculous deal on the premium. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale in about a week. Next Monday. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale a week from Monday. And the premium was at a great price. So I went ahead and did it. And it is a great service. I'm hoping at some point they're going to open a Port Canaveral station. The train basically comes within about 20 minutes, 15 minutes of Port Canaveral, the way the track runs. There's just no way for it to stop right now there. I know that the big shuttle lobby, that there's a major shuttle business between Orlando and Port Canaveral and Cocoa Beach. They've been fighting against it because, that's big business. But, those same shuttle companies could turn people around from Port Canaveral. So they have announced it. See, I haven't seen the announcement yet that they've actually announced a Port Canaveral. I've heard them talking about it, but maybe with Princess on board now. Now it's going to happen. Because basically, if you look at the track, the train goes right to Port Canaveral and then turns and goes south. So right where that train turns would be the perfect place to build it. I mean, it's already right there. They don't even have to do anything. They just have to modify it so that they can put the station there. So the music is still there on the second post. Are you kidding? I thought I got rid of it on the second post on TikTok. Oh, TikTok is driving me crazy with the with putting the music on top.
Yeah, if you watch it, he thought he got eliminated for the one that got posted after.
Yeah, on the second. So the second post is still there. Okay, well then I guess I'll have to post it again. I don't know what TikTok is doing. It used to be that we would add music to the posts. I guess I'm just going to have to watch it more. Sorry about that.
Well,
I'll
she
try
says
to post
maybe
it
not on the second one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
He reposted it about what, 9 o'clock last
I reposted
night?
it about an hour after the original post because TikTok is now automatically adding full volume music to every one of our posts. And I have no idea why they're doing this. I don't know when it started, but now I have to go in and make sure. Now I have to make sure to turn off the stupid thing. So yeah. Oh, the second is fine. Yay. Thank you. Yeah, no, I deleted the first one. It's gone. So Donna says she loves the Brightline, especially the free 5-mile radius shuttle. Yeah, if you're in the premium, you can get that 5-mile radius shuttle.
South Florida stations.
In the South Florida stations, yeah. I haven't really taken advantage of that yet. We use Lyft, so that's tied in with Uber. I don't know why. I've just always used Lyft, and I love Lyft. So that's always my that's always kind of like my go-to thing. So, folks, it's noontime on the East Coast. We've been going at this for about an hour and a half, so I need to wrap it up because I have clients coming in. Pretty TK, you're looking at Brightline for August from Orlando to Miami, still pretty high. Just do the smart card. You can usually get the smart card for around $59 each way. $59 to $79 each way in the smart card.
And I would sign up for their emails.
Yes.
Because they will let you know when there's sales.
Right. Plus, you can do the Princess 15 and get 15% off now. So that would be a really cool way to go. But folks, I've got some meetings coming up today. I got some lovely clients that I need to meet up with. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, everybody over on the YouTube side. We're going to sign off on YouTube first. So thank you so much. We'll be back Thursday night. We have one of our travel partners that are going to be joining us Thursday night at 8 p.m. Railroad Tours. Really cool small tour company. Thursday night, 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. So make sure you join in on Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us. And on